Well, good Sunday afternoon, grandkids. It's time for another one of our weekly Bible memory verses. This time is from Philippians 1:11, a very important verse to understand. What we have when we put our faith in the death, the burial, and the resurrection of Jesus Christ, who died for our sins, to give us a home in heaven forever. When we believe that, this verse tells us what we get as a result of our faith. It says, being filled with the fruits of righteousness, which are by Jesus Christ, unto the glory and praise of God. Being filled with the fruits of righteousness. The fruits of righteousness I've listed below. They are love, joy, peace, patience, gentle, goodness, faith, meekness, and temperance. These are gifts. These are attitudes. These are characteristics of a person who's put their faith in Jesus Christ. So if you believed on a death, burial, and resurrection of Christ, and you're very impatient, what does that tell you? Well, it tells you you're filled with the ability not to be impatient, but you're not growing as a Christian. You know, it's funny when you have it's not so funny when you have a baby crying every 20 minutes or complaining, right? A 2-year-old complaining. But when you have an adult that every 20 minutes they're complaining, it's not funny. It's sad that they're an adult and they're living like a baby. Well, that's how some Christians, they're Christians and they're supposed to be growing into adult Christians and living out these fruits of the Spirit of love, joy, peace, patience, and so on. And they're not. It means they're not growing. They're not in Word. They're not in the Word. They're not making Paul their pattern to study the Bible by. They're not in a Pauline church that teaches that Paul has to be our pattern. Paul's books, there's 13 books in the New Testament that are our doctrine for today and helps us to understand the rest of the Bible. Knowing that most of the Bible is not written for us. It's written to Israel. Only a few books in the Bible, Paul's books, are written for us today that we get doctrine to live by. All right, one more time. Being filled. Now, being filled means we're not filling. God's doing the filling. We get that filling when we believe. When we believe, we get the gifts of these things into our life. And as we grow, we're going to live out these characteristics. And people are going to see there's something different about us. Even when things are tough, we're able to have love through it, joy through it, peace and patience and so on. In the next several weeks, I'll be getting more into these fruits of the Spirit, more verses to put in the memory. Okay, one last time. Being filled with the fruits of righteousness, which are by Jesus Christ, unto the glory and praise of God. Love you guys.